Hello. I was coming to you today, basically to discuss little ideas. So, a lot of times we think as people in America, and it might be other countries as well, but a lot of times we think that there's nothing fun that we can do at home, or we have to travel to other destinations just to enjoy life. Well, a wise person once told me that's not the case. Growing up, I've traveled many different areas, different states. Never traveled out of the country, but the furthest I've thinking I've traveled was to Alaska, and that was for work purposes. But we've always went on a family vacation every year, just to see different sceneries, But I've come to realize, as a wise person once made me realize that you can actually have fun in your home. There's many things you can do. I, for one, I love writing poetry. Poetry is a person's everyday life. It could be writing what you think are your innermost thought, your truthful thoughts that you do not have to express to anyone on a verbal sense, because you can tell someone how you feel in many ways, and that person may not even understand how you feel because and then you probably won't even give 100% truth into your feelings because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, whereas in poetry you can do that. In your journal you can do that as well, because when you write things down, all of your emotions, you're giving it your all, your absolute all, your innermost thought, the deepest thought that is deep within, the one that you would take with you to the grave. And that's why I like to write. I'm not a person who loves to get into any type of altercation with anyone. If something is said to me, yes, I'm that type of person that's going to bite back. Not to many people, but I will. And that's something I'm currently working on. But I do know that a lot of times people tend to bottle things up. And it helped me from my lifestyle, excuse me. It helped me from my lifestyle because growing up when age of, well, growing up with three older brothers, it didn't help me much. I didn't understand it, but I started writing poems when I was right around the age of 15 because I went through a lot. I had a lot of illnesses going. So I had a little kidney dysfunction that was happening that caused me to have like multiple surgeries and stuff and get on dialysis and this and that. And then I was just angry with the world. So I had cuss words flying out of my mouth galore. Like every word that was out of my mouth was cuss words because I was angry because I didn't understand why everybody else could have been normal, or nobody else is going through it, but I'm going through it. Like I got clowned because I got called no hair my entire childhood life, even through high school, when nobody even knew what was going on with me because it was the situation of the kidneys not functioning in the proper manner. So at the age of 15, like I just started taking all of the emotions and I started writing it down. And imagine my surprise, it released a lot of anger. It does. I often reflect back to it, and sometimes I get down a little bit, but then I go back into my tablet and I write down my emotions at that moment because I know eventually when my work gets out into the public, into the world, they will have someone that is going to be going through the exact thing that I've went through that will be able to nurture them with when they read my things. So that is why I really like to write as well, because I want to reach out to people who are misunderstood, especially for people who are going through things that nobody seems to understand, or I probably won't even understand, but it's just mainly to get the word out there that, hey, you're not alone. I've been through this, but this is what I've done to get through it. Because you see, you can create a problem, but then you can also create a solution to it. Because if you have many problems and you're not even trying to solve it, then you're wasting time. And that's not what this world is about. You have to be as optimistic as you possibly can and stay away from negativity. So with that being said, I've come up with the hobby, like I've said, to write poems a lot and write my innermost feelings. Like if I'm upset about something, I'll write it down on a tablet. Or if something's bothering me at work or something, I won't discuss it because I learned the hard way that you don't bring your work life to home. Because when you do that, you are affecting the energy and the spirits in your own home, especially if you're married. It affects the whole relationship, and you don't want to do that. So what I've learned is, you write down everything. So I grabbed the hobby of writing now. My innermost thoughts of anger, happiness, joy, feeling of accomplishments, and all of that. I took the liberty of writing everything down that I do on an everyday basis. Sometimes I skip a day or two, but I catch up on it. Sometimes it's 4 pages long. But you know what? You feel better because you're not bottling it up. There's other things you can do as well. You can also clean your home. You can walk outside, mow the grass. My husband loves mowing the grass. His outside is his world. You cannot keep him in the house for an hour straight. If he does, he's tired or he just doesn't feel good and doesn't want to say anything. But other than that, he's either outside running 12 miles or less, or he's mowing the grass, washing the cars, doing something constructive, or constantly thinking of ways to be better. And that's something that he does on a nonstop basis. He always figures out ways to be better. He's never satisfied. And honestly, I kind of admire that in some areas, because if you just sit there and be satisfied with one area and you're not trying to improve yourself or get better, you're going to live a dull life. Only bored people get bored. And that's the truth saying, only bored people get bored. There's a will, there's a way. You can do something. You can go out there and do anything. You can put music on, old school music that your parents used to listen to while you were growing up on a Saturday or a Sunday when they were cooking that good old okra gumbo or whatever they were cooking. You can do all of that and bring back the memory and clean up your house and just find ways to do things. Because you'd be surprised how your house gets spick and span with you doing all that. There's things you can do. You can exercise. You can come up with a way to lose weight. If you're not happy with the way you look, you can come up with a way to lose weight. You can gather a team. You can create a blog. You can come up with business ideas. You can do all kinds of stuff. You do not have to just go out there and travel and spend money or go to the mall and let friends influence you to buy things that you don't need. I've once learned that when you go to the mall and buy all kind of things, and then years later you're clearing your closet because your closet has so much stuff in there and there's no space and there's still tags on it, we have a problem. And I've realized that, and I was one of the ones who was shocked. I'm not a materialistic person, never was. I grew up with 3 older brothers, never was a materialistic person. But however, I can get out of control sometimes when going to a store. Like if I see something on sale, I'm gonna want to grab it, and guess what? It's just gonna sit there. So best thing is to keep your life simple, and that's not my saying, honestly. That was a wise person who once told me, just learn to keep your life simple, because with you having a simple life, boy, your life is easy. But when you have a constructed life and you got 3 and 4 and 5 closets and you have to go through each closet just to figure out what you're going to wear to work the next day, something's wrong with that picture. That means you have too much going on. So what goes on in your home life, it affects your daily life outside of your home. So if you don't have your house in order, guess what? You're not going to have your life in order. Your work is not going to be in order, for darn sure. And I've learned that the hard way as well. We have to really sit and think on ways we can get better. And that's something I struggle with, because I often want to be the one to sit there and watch a good old Christmas Netflix movie, because I love Netflix. Not everything on there is watchable. I'm going to be straight blunt with you. It's not all watchable. My main thing that I love watching there is Christmas movies, because I love Christmas time. It's not about the gifts or anything. I just always did love Christmas. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe because of what it stands for. And, I feel that deeply, I don't have cable. I didn't understand in the beginning why I didn't have cable, but I understand now. It's a waste of money. You're not sitting there watching TV, especially if you're just 2 people in the house and you're both working. What are you paying these people $200 for? For what reason? It's a sports package. For example, we're in the coronavirus deal right now. There's no sports. Are you dying? And that's a wise person that made me realize that as well. So yeah, you're paying for the sports package to get this and to get that. Man, you know what? YouTube have all the same things. I'm just saying, you don't have to catch the game the same day. You can watch the game the very next morning, the full game, full thresh on YouTube. Save your money. Stop giving it to these people. Yeah, a lot of people, you have your you get back a lot on income tax, or you got a lot of stimulus checks, and you get food stamp and this and that, and that's great. But save your money. You don't need to spend it. You don't need to go to the mall. You don't need to buy things you do not need. Stay off the website ordering stuff, especially if you don't need it. If you got kids, them kids don't need all that stuff. They can't keep up with what they got now. All the parents, I want to buy toys and stuff and this and that, man, that's just making the house junky. Give them kids something to do to where it can be creative, to where it can force their life to be successful. I watch a car show. It's called, I think it's Rust to Riches or whatever, but it's on Netflix, because I love watching restoring cars, because I watch with my husband. We have an old car, but again, we're holding on to something that we don't need. So eventually we're going to sell it. But needless to say, I like watching Rust to Riches. It's on Netflix. And, he said something, the owner, Mark, he said something, and I never really thought of it like that. But growing up, his parent only could afford to put food on the table, and they gave him one toy for Christmas. So if he wanted toys, he had to literally go outside and make his toy. And that's who made him who he is today. Boy, we spoil these kids today. They got to have everything. They got to have, when you see a kid with a cell phone at the age of 3, boy, we have a problem. We really have a problem. You see kids fuss, like you give a kid a cell phone in a store just so they can shut up. What's wrong with a belt? Back then, we had belts that was going across our neck. Our parents would give us a roll of an eye, and we would better. We had better shut up. So we was taking a visit to the bathroom. What's wrong with that method? Where did we go wrong to where we missed that method? Is it really that bad that we can't whip our own kids? I mean, I have none. I have a stepdaughter, but she's going on 15 years old. I've been knowing her like almost her whole life. And when she's here, she loves to dance. We dance. We dance in the house. We let her show us her routines, and I'll mimic it, and just to have fun with her. Create memories in your home. You ain't got to travel or go nowhere. Stay in one area. Save your money. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with taking trips, and when you retire, you work hard all your life. You know what? You work hard all your life. You save your money, all your bills paid for, everything is done. Now you're retired. Yes, understood. But boy, if you're just 30 years old and you're traveling to Jamaica and darn Nassau, Bahamas, and all of that stuff there, and you got a ton of bills at home, we have a problem. Come on, man. We have to think here. Yeah, it's good to get out there and enjoy your life, but bruh, you can enjoy your life. You can say every weekend could be a vacation for you if you're not working. Even though you are working, every weekend can be a vacation. You can literally sit there. I like to play Nintendo. I have a Nintendo game, Mario. I play that too. I had stored it for a while, but I just set it back up yesterday to create hobbies in the house. Only bored people get bored. There's always something that you can do. Because I found myself like when I didn't have the Mario game up, and then I would watch one Christmas movie on Netflix, or one or two Christmas movies on Netflix, and then I'll get bored or whatever. Again, only bored people get bored. So I was making myself bored. I would go out there and I would go to the store and get something. Why? Or I'd eat myself away. Why? I didn't let myself get big because of that. No, create a hobby. I love writing poems. I love writing my emotions. I have a poem for everything. I have a poem for the anger at work. I have a poem for if I get in a fuss with my husband. I have a poem for that, of how to avoid that. It's not just a poem of feelings. It's a poem of a problem that was created and now a solution to it, which you must never do. Or wash the car, or exercise outside, ride the bicycle. Of course, there's a coronavirus going on right now, but exercise, do something, do some push-ups, do some squats. Make yourself feel accomplished. Listen to some instrumental music to make your mind think. Stay away from the rap music. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Stay away from the rap music. It is messing with your mind. Boy, it is messing with your mind and bad. You know, when you hear kids cuss the words out, they can recite those words word for word, boy, and you can't do a math problem. We have a problem, America. Like, stay away from the rap music. Kids, stay away from R&B, rhythm and blues, sexual music. Stay away from that because all it does is make you want to have sex that y'all know nothing about. Y'all don't know what the consequences are. Y'all don't know. Y'all think y'all in love? Boy, spell that. Be focused. Y'all want to grow up so fast. That's why I try to find ways to keep kids. Man, like I've seen so many videos and parents condone that relationship and that craziness. I can't. And maybe that's why I'm not my own parent. Maybe that's why. But boy, when my stepdaughter's here, I will drain her with knowledge as much as I can how to be a lady. Conduct yourself, conduct your body. You ain't got to show everything. Because when people looking at you, all they're looking at is what's under that and how they can get that. Nah, show them your brain. Show them your knowledge. Let them take a tour of your knowledge. You know? You can find creative ways with your kids at home. Teach these little boys while they're young how to be men and respect women. Because young boys consist of women as female dogs. And y'all know the word I'm really wanting to say. You know, I mean, come on, and they disrespect. Like, come on, man, we need to be better than that. Teach these young women how to be a queen growing up so they can say, I am pretty, I am strong. So that when a little boy tell them, oh, you pretty, they ain't got to drop their panties to say, oh, you really love me. Nah, tell the kids y'all love them yourself. Teach them kids while they're young so that when they grow, it's already embedded in them. I had the help of my 3 older brothers. Boy, they did not make it easy. I went on my first real date at the age of 24 and a half. And you know what's crazy? I married him. That is the only one. And I had to lie to go on that date. Mind you, I lied. Because I had friends over to my grandmother's house and I told my grandmother I was going to be right back. I'm going to visit one of my friends' mom while my friends was at my grandmother's house. Because they were that strict on me. I guess, too, because of what I went through. Because, you know, I was sickly or whatnot. But I married him. If they didn't make it easy on me. And you know what? I'm thankful for my brothers. Because, boy, I could have beat them sometimes. I cussed them out loading the door. Boy, did I cuss them out. But I'm thankful for them because it made me who I am. It made me show that I'm not weak. And I didn't need a boy to tell me I was pretty. I didn't need a boy to tell me that, oh, you sexy or you fine. Or I didn't need them to encourage me. I knew who I was. I was never chasing a boy. Never. I wasn't allowed to. And that was the best thing in the world. The person who I'm with, that person came after me. He asked me for my number. He chased me for my number. I didn't even have a clue he was even into me. I was so much of a tomboy. No, I wasn't gay, but I was a tomboy because I was raised with brothers. But anyway, needless to say, train these kids while they're young and teach them to know the difference in friends because, boy, everybody is everybody's friend today. They don't even know that meaning. A friend? Boy, you better know the real truth with a friend because a friend ain't a friend like what you think it is. Friends change. Friends change. A real friend is going to be a friend who's going to accept you for who you are. You don't have to change to be around them. You don't have to make altercations in your life, or you don't have to go down with them when they're bad off or whatever. You know, they don't bring you down. A true friend brings you up. They lift you up. They stay on your tail. Make sure you're doing the right thing. Or when they see that you're slacking, they pick you up. So sometimes you can be a real friend to somebody, but is that person being a real friend back to you? Sometimes we waste our energy. And that's something I never understood. And I guess I'm still trying to figure that out. But sometimes we waste our energy being so much of a good friend to people, and that you realize that, hey, you know what? I'm being a good friend to that person, but is that person really being a good friend to me? Is that person really lifting me up? Is that person really trying to get me to the next destination where I need to be, or where I'm desiring to be, where I'm telling you, okay, look, I need to get here, here, and here? Is that person that? And on another level, sometimes often we find that when we sit at home and we get on the phone with our friends, you often tell your friends your problems. I technically don't, but you often tell your friends your problems. And then you got to think about, is your friends encouraging you on the situation? Like to say, well, look, go head first and, attack it in a positive manner? Or is this friend sighing with you, saying that, you know what, I agree with you? Because sometimes a friend, our so-called friend, they won't tell you the truth just not to hurt your feelings, because they don't want you to get out of that corner. And sometimes if it takes a person their lifetime to realize that you were their best friend all this time, something's wrong with that picture. What did they see you as before then? But then to suddenly call you best friend. You can be yourself every single day, but is your friend being themselves, or are they being someone else? Or are they making you be someone else? Well, you gotta pay attention. We all love to say we have friends. Personally, I have a small circle. I do. I have a couple of head kick friends when I was going to head kicks. And you know what? They're very loyal. They even though I don't go there now at the moment, they still contact me just because I have one who's like a sister to me. I mean, we were going to church together and we departed and went our separate ways from the congregation. And she's the only one that kept up with me and still till today. And she encourages me to be better. Like, she encourages me. She, like, the minute, if we get into a deep discussion, a conversation, before we do anything, she'll pray first. Who does that? You got to know who your real friends are. So when you're at home and you're bored and stuff like that, man, talking to friends, that's fine. That's all good and dandy. That's fine. If you want to just check up, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Just make sure you're staying safe, but you ain't got to be on the phone for an hour or two. That's why I used to mess up at. You know what? And I'm not going to do that, anymore, because it can affect your marriage. It can affect a relationship. It can do that, because the person who's fighting every day for you, if they feel neglected and they start to go somewhere else to feel non-neglected, we have a problem. So, and sometimes people don't understand, when you have a married friend, you're married, and you're friends, and the other person is not married. Sometimes the person who's single is hard to understand that, this person is married, she has boundaries. She has boundaries where she's not going to go here. She's not going to go hang out. She's not going to do none of that. Because personally, I don't. I tend to my home first. My home is my life. I mean, I have to clean, I have to cook, get my home together. I cannot do anything outside my home. My home is first. And I used to put friends before that. And that's a big no, because I used to let other people's problem affect me. Boy, was I stupid, because it affected and it scarred. But you can't do that, because when you let other people's problem affect you, it affects your life, and it affects your marriage. It affects your relationship. You have to be bigger than that. Now, if you have friends need to be respected from a distance sometimes too. You don't have to go to each other's house all the time, or or anything. Y'all can just be busy being productive. Go ahead and be productive. Find ways to better yourself, and share. If anything, share that with each other. But don't share too much of your problems. Because sometimes when you share your problems, the people who you're sharing it with, you think they're your friends and they're not. They're preying on your downfall. Or they're jealous of the situation of where you're at, in which they could be there. And sometimes I get so blindsided because I don't realize when people are jealous, because I just love people. I'm a people person. I love people. I will not go out my way to please people, but I do love people. I love seeing people happy, but sometimes you got to realize not everybody's just going to be happy for you. Sometimes you got to realize everybody is not for you. They're against you. Sometimes people just want to be in your circle just to be in your circle so you can hold their hand. That's not what being a friend is about. You have to be better than that. You have to have common sense. I mean, not everybody is going to be your friend. And not everybody is going to be your friend who understands that you're going to stay home because you got to be a homebody. Yeah, I have a picture of the beach over there. I don't like to go to the beach per se. I don't like it. I don't like walking on sand. I don't like walking in the water because everybody being there, and I hate everybody else's germ on me. But I will say I love the peaceful view of the beach. I love the view. That's why I have it in my home. But you have to be smart. You don't have to go everywhere, and you don't have to see different sceneries, which is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. When you retire, yes, work now, play later. Especially if you're young, you don't have to take cruises all the time. You don't. Yeah, everybody's gonna say like, "Oh, I'm gonna live life." Psh, you know what? I'm gonna live life too, but I want to pay my mortgage off first. That's the biggest thing you have to do. Because if you're gonna contribute $1,000 or $2,000 to a cruise, when you could contribute that to your mortgage and get ahead, a lot of people in this coronavirus pandemic mode right now, a lot of people saying they're struggling and this and that. And that's all fine, because you never know what's going to hit you. But that's why they tell you be prepared, because you just never know. Save yourself. Come up with ways to save yourself an emergency fund. Look at Dave Ramsey. I wasn't on board with it on first, but you know what? I'm glad I got on board, because I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear anything. I wanted to just go. But you'd be surprised when things hit you. Boy, you be good when you're prepared. But when you're not prepared, that's when it hurt. And then you're looking for everybody to help you. No, you need to learn to start helping yourself and start saving money, coming up with creative ways to save money, and also staying at home. Yes, I am stubborn on the Netflix part. Paying $12 a month, I am stubborn, but I don't have cable. Don't want cable. Never want cable. If I need to access the news, guess what? There's a cell phone. I have a cell phone. I can come up with that. I like football, but I don't watch it. My husband doesn't watch it. He used to play it, but he doesn't watch it. So guess what? What is the purpose of cable? Especially if both of us are working all the time. We have no kids here. I have a stepdaughter, but again, what is cable if I can just get Netflix for $12 when you're paying cable $200 a month for a sports package? Look at this. For example, pandemic mode. We're in pandemic right now. There's no sports. And yet you still have to pay this $200. Does that make sense? Never live beyond your means. Because boy, you come to regret that. It's not fun. And when you go through your closet and you realize that you still have tags from years ago, boy, you need to do some adjustments. Because we have a problem. We don't have to keep up with the status quo, this and that. Because I've seen a lot of people who have Benz and Mercedes and Michael Kors, something in Gabbana, Dolce & Gabbana, and all that Gucci. That's fine. Tory Burks, that's fine. But when you purchase it with a credit card, you bought it on credit. You didn't buy it cash. So again, you're living your life on credit. Stop. You're putting yourself in a deeper hole than you need to be. Be smart, be wise, save your money, pay off everything, then you can live the life you want to. But sacrifice. It doesn't kill you to sacrifice. What's wrong with sacrificing? You never know when you're going to need extra cash. No, I have a lot of growing up to do myself, because there's a lot of things I still don't understand that my significant other tries to make me understand. But you have to be smart. Smarter. And stop letting the stores overtake you. Because how you work for 80 hours to get a paycheck and you giving it right back into the industry. Man, I'm going to work to keep it. To say, hey, I did work, I did make this much, so you know what, I'm going to keep it. That's like saying you helping somebody. Okay, you see somebody get money, right? They get a lot of money every week or every 2 weeks, and you see them literally blow their money, and then they asking you for money, and let's say you give them $100. Boy, that's a day's work that you just threw down the drain for what? Casinos, another thing. I've seen so many people go there and drop like $500, $600 to $2,000 for your bowl. What? That's a month. That's a month's salary for some people. So you got to work a whole month to drop it in the casino in less than 30 minutes? What? Y'all serious? Keep your money. Save your money. Be smart. All the people that got the stimulus checks and all of that, save your money. If y'all got food stamp and y'all got double, save it. You ain't got to go sell it. Save it. You never know when you're going to run into a tight crunch. Save it. I mean, I done seen people who got double food stamp and still was in line with the people who was giving food away. Y'all serious? That was meant for the people who don't get that. Y'all gotta be smart, man. Save your money. Save your food stamps. Stop selling it to the people. Just to get some money for what? To go get $400 hair? What? Hair that you're eventually gonna take out and throw away? Come on, man. I need y'all to get it together. Save your money. Find ways at home. Create a hobby. Find ways at home. Because to be honest, at the end of the day, when you don't have nothing, you're going to be right back at home anyway. So might as well make your time at home useful. Be smart, people. If something is given to you, save it. Don't spend it. Don't put it back into the economy. Save it. Your paychecks, save it. Your monthly income, save it. Child support, save it. Alimony, save it. Don't just go buy something just to say, oh, I'm doing better than this person. I'm doing better than that person. Well, you're not. Majority of you living on credit. Credit cards don't count. You got to pay that bill at the end of the day. Save it. Save your money. Thank you.